What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We got our week 6 on the dot for DFS. We got our free picks. We got our free props we're going to throw at you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. As always, if you guys have questions or any concerns over any plays, DFS lineups you guys are throwing together, and any start-sit questions, just let me know. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you. Yeah, it is time. We got our Sunday morning optimism at an all-time high. I really like this DFS slate. And I'm gonna actually start with the DFS slate because there is so much to dissect with it, especially at the running back position. So this is Fantasy Labs projections right behind me, and they rate. They got Henderson, Gordon, Mixon, Eckler, and Taylor as their top 5. Occupy Fantasy has it a little bit different. They have Swift as their top guy. Then they have Eckler. Then they have Kareem Hunt. So Kareem Hunt is nowhere to be found. I think he's 6th here. He's got an astronomical 41% projection ownership. And there's been some mixed reports out on him, as you guys can find in our Discord. We talked about it earlier this morning, and that's free to join with this channel. All you got to do is just click the join button on my Twitch channel homepage. But no, because they're talking about how Stavansky said he's not going to kill Kareem Hunt today. I do think he's going to get used at least 20 to 25 touches easily. He rates as my top running back of the slate, and I probably have 50 to 55% Kareem Hunt exposure. And then my second one is Khalil Herbert. Some people might be off of him just a bit, but I truly think you're just getting too much of a bargain here at 4,600 on DraftKings. He had 18 attempts for 75 yards against the Raiders once Damian Williams got hurt, and he's literally the only running back there. You can classify Justin Fields what you want, but he's going to be the guy there, and he's in a okay matchup with the Packers. I just think this guy's getting a little bit, I wouldn't say under-owned, but I just think he's getting kind of pushed aside with the Kareem Hunt news. So I'm going to have a lot of Herbert. A couple guys that I think could go under-owned is if you go with like Eckler, if you go with the Mixons, or if you go, Darrell Williams is not getting as much love anymore because of the other values. So you could definitely go with Darrell. There's a couple wind issues in that game with the KC Washington as well. But just dissecting this running back position for the DFS slate, it's extremely favorable, especially for tournaments, because you could pay up for maybe you could even if you think Dalvin Cook is somewhat where he's at, and he's at 7,700. He's at 8% projection ownership. Just saying, if you think he's gonna, I'm off of him completely. But if Dalvin Cook's ankle is worth a shit, I think he could win somebody some good money this week. I'm not on him. I technically like I like Eckler, the top guy. He's been my favorite for the entire week. And then you got some extreme value here with Kareem Hunt and Herbert. And then do not forget about Darrell Henderson up top against this Giants defense that is horrific. He projects for 24% ownership. So if you guys do have any other DFS questions in regards to lineup strategies, different receivers that you want to throw at, throw together, and any game stacks you guys are talking about, let me know. Started off the stream with the DFS just because that running back position was so crucial this week and had so much crazy value that you had to explain. And if you guys have any other props, anything like that, let me know in the chat. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat, regardless. Appreciate Justin tuning in and engaging with us. Had a solid college football night. Last night we went 3-1. Bama hit a nice little parlay for me. Hit about almost $800 there. So always nice there. But yeah, let's get into the plays. Okay. All right, so just the record overall for our viewers, just tuning in maybe. We've had a couple positive weeks, a couple negatives. We are a total 15 and 20 for minus 3.98 units. So minus 3.98 units, which is right behind me. You guys can't see. But no, we will look to get ahead, get positive this week. I like this slate a lot. I got a couple favorable matchups that we look to expose. First one, we got Browns minus 3. I think it went to like 3.5 before I got on stream here, but I got minus 3 at minus 115, so you can buy the half point here. I think the Cardinals are just all up in, a lot of chaos happened in this last 24 to 36 hour time period. No Cliff Kingsbury with the COVID-19 protocol, and then their QB coach is also out. They don't have anybody that's calling offensive plays because Cliff was the guy who does that. And then you also, I think you have Van Joseph, who is the defensive coach, shifting over to call plays, whatnot. It's kind of a messy situation on the offensive side for the Arizona Cardinals. Look for it to be a lot of Kyler Murray kind of making shit up as he goes. And then on the opposite side, you got Chubb missing this game, which shouldn't be that much of a concern here with Kareem Hunt, obviously top play of the week in DFS, going to be a lot of chalk, but I do believe he can carry the load. I know Stefanski's talked and said, he's not going to kill him, go through, because they do play on Thursday. Felton will get some run right there, but I favor the Browns here at home, especially in these conditions. So if you guys haven't looked at the weather at all, there's a couple windy conditions. This is one of them. The gust could get up to 30 plus miles per hour. I think it's going to be steadily between 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that favors the Browns. The Browns have the better run game, the better defense here. Chandler Jones is out for this Arizona defense, and I like this position here for Kareem Hunt. You got Baker throwing to his couple tight ends. So if you got Njoku and I think Hooper as well, I think he's active as well. Go get those guys in your tight end pool. And then you have OBJ that they talked about trying to get him the ball a little bit more. They've said that for a while. We'll see if that ever happens. But I do like the Browns minus 3 here. Let me know if you guys are riding, tailing, whatnot. And also if there's any other fantasy news, start sits, inactives, actives. I saw that Mike Williams is playing. I saw that Terry McLaurin was in. DeAndre Swift is in. Same with Jamal Williams. So let me know if there's any other relevant news that pops up. Then we got the Vikings, minus 2.5. I like this spot mainly because of the 2.5 on the road. I think this is not a must win for the Vikings. I think this is a get right game for Minnesota. Cousins has been okay. He's been better this year, but I think he still needs that one game to explode. He hasn't. Thielen and Jefferson haven't had humongous games combined. They do get Dalvin Cook back here, and I don't think they would play him in this situation unless he was 85 to 95% healthy, because they have that bye week next week. I'm not too concerned with his ankle injury. Not enough for me to roster him with all the RB value this week for DFS, but I do certainly still like this matchup for the Vikings. I've been fading this Panthers team ever since they started 3-0, and I'm fading them again. Sam Darnold could potentially show his true colors again, but I just favor this Vikings team. They gotta win this game. This was featured on Friday's stream with Azim. I like this position, especially under a field goal. If I can get them to win on a field goal on the road, definitely like this position with the Vikings here. Let me know if you guys are on any of these plays already, or if I've talked you into taking maybe the opposite side. So let me know. Next one, we got Ravens Chargers over 50.5. I think this went to 51 before I got on the stream as well. This is one of my top DFS stacks of the week. These two offenses are Vikings are -2 now. Okay, so they got a little steam on the home team. But I just favor that. I know the Panthers defense front seven has gotten a lot better, but I think Cousins is able to expose that a little bit through the air, and then they have the Madison Cook combo for that. Yeah, so Ravens, Chargers over 50.5. Both offenses are absolutely loaded with playmakers. If you guys saw both games last week, Chargers and Browns combined for almost like 90 points. And then the Ravens came back from a 22-9 deficit. Only thing that does concern me here is if the Ravens, have longer drives trying to milk the clock with the run game. I haven't seen them get the run game going this year to even have that much of a concern. Murray's been okay. Tyson Williams has been a joke, and then Freeman and then Le'Veon Bell, they're pretty much irrelevant. So it's pretty much been the Lamar Jackson show. And if he has to come from behind in this game, or if Herbert has to come from behind in this game, they have the explosive playmakers to make those big plays. So I think 50.5 is a good number. I think it sits at 51. You can definitely take that still. I could see this in the 53 to 56 range here, final-wise. I could see this being a great game to watch. Definitely the best game in the afternoon slates for sure. So the Ravens do like to blitz a ton, which is going to leave a lot of one-on-one action to the playmakers on this offense. And I also had a concern of Mike Williams not playing. Now that Mike Williams is in the lineup, you can put him in with confidence. Definitely like his matchups. Score a touchdown as well. And then we got a couple props. I don't know why I forgot to change the Darren Waller. But no, Mahomes over 18.5 rush yards. Seen a bunch of people on that this morning. Makes a ton of sense as teams are playing how the Chargers played them. They're just pretty much piggybacking on that and not letting anybody go deep. So a lot of times Mahomes just scrambles. So he's been hitting this, I think in the last 3 weeks in a row. Definitely like this position here to hit. Mixon over 17.5 rush attempts. He's literally the only running back on the team besides Chris Evans. They're going to rely on him again. I know it's minus 135, not the greatest odds, but I can see he's going to get 20 rush attempts this week against the Lions defense, who's dead last in the league at defending the run. No-brainer play there. And then I got my Javonte Williams anytime touchdown plus 150. I'll show you guys the NFL Savant graph here, but he's pretty much splitting red zone rushing attempts with Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's been banged up for a while now. I definitely think he gets in the end zone today. He's just a more healthy rusher, and I think they're going to finally. This might be the game where it kind of falls into his lap. Where hey, this is his backfield now. I like Javonte Williams against this Raiders team that I don't know how they're going to react. I don't know. Wow, Mixon laughing. Oh, he said Nixon. Yeah, you like Watergate, huh? That's funny. Yeah, Javonte Williams, anytime touchdown. Like him a lot. That's probably the best running back value I saw on this slate because, Hunt is minus 165, Mixon's minus 105, Aaron Jones minus 105, Elliott's minus 125, Cook's minus 150. So I was trying to find some type of value with the guy that has multiple double-digit red zone rushes, and that was Javonte Williams that I fell on. Then my survivor pick, we're going to go with the Colts. Probably everybody else in the world is going to go with the Colts. You could go with the Rams, and I've also seen the Steelers a lot. So those are probably the three main ones this week. However, I'm going to fall on the Colts as just, I don't think they're going to lose this game. I don't know about covering. The Texans should be able to maybe make this somewhat of a game. Maybe not a 10-point double digit, but I do like the Colts. They get T.Y. Hilton back, which is a nice little boost. So it's a no-brainer. Survivor pick for me. So I'll go back through those as well if you need to. But this was that Savant right here. So we got total red zone rushes, pretty much even on the year. And I'm looking for, and he has the lone touchdown of it as well. So that's where I landed on Javonte. Like that position here with the banged up Melvin Gordon. You can definitely see him getting in the end zone against this Raiders defense. And then Fantasy Labs even likes his over 9.5 rushing attempts here at 12. They think that's a minus 135. I'm going to see what they say about Mixon. So it went to 18.5, and now they're expecting 19. So yeah, I think that's a good one. Hey, use that site too. Shit's nice. Oh yeah, Savant is is amazing. This is the fact that this is free to a lot of people, and they don't even realize it. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, you can definitely go through targets. So just for anybody who doesn't know about Savant, just go to the NFLSavant.com. Anybody's offense, you can look at defense. You can look at. So if you are looking at anytime touchdown props, let's go to the Chiefs and just see like their target share. So their targets overall in a nice clean graph, and you can see their target percentage as well. 28% of the target percentage, 25%. Then it goes to red zone targets. So Tyreek actually has 10 red zone targets, which is a lot more, almost double of what Travis Kelce is. But you can just you can see there's 32% of red zone target share that he's got. You plug him in as your red zone guy, as your anytime touchdown. And then you can get the total rushes on the team. As you can see, there's a lot to be had here with Clyde Edwards-Helaire going down. And then red zone rushes 8, so they got to go to somebody. Might go to Patrick Mahomes. We'll see. But I like Darrell Williams to absorb some of that. But that's really good future here for NFL Savant guys. But yeah, I'll be here for probably another 2 or 3 minutes. If we got any other questions, let me know. But no, I feel pretty confident in this slate. I think this is a slate for a potential spike week in DFS. There's just a ton of value. So there's not a particular lock button-esque like last week where you could have done Madison with Cookout, and you had pretty nice usage there. But it's pretty spread out, and then you could kind of pay up for tight end. You can pay up for Waller. You can pay up for Kelce, and you can even pay up for Adams and Hopkins as well with all these cheap running backs. But I think that's what a lot of people are doing. So if you want to be a little bit different, maybe pay up for the running backs, go to mid-priced wide receivers, get your game stacks correct, and I think that's the way to get up on the leaderboard. I got a couple lineups like that, and I'm going to make some millionaire lineups after we get off on air, and I'm probably going to go that route, hoping just to go up against the grain and shoot up the leaderboard. But yeah, if you guys have any player props you want me to throw in here and see what they what Fantasy Labs has to say about them, let me know. Rushing yards, so they like that over as well, over 17.5. They project him for 21. Definitely like that positioning as well for Mahomes. What's going on in that London game? And if does Darrell Williams really at 11.5 rush attempts? Let's see. Let's check that. Picked by Tua, Jags driving. Justin, what game stacks you looking at? All right, top 3 game stacks. We'll go back here. So my top game stack is Mahomes and Heineke. So the KC Washington game, I think that's everybody's top stack, which is fine. But when you're game stacking, you're going to be different than a lot of other people. But you got to make sure it's the 3 and 1. The second one is the Baltimore Chargers game. And then I did so I'll give you 4. My third one that I picked out on air was Minnesota and Carolina, just because it was so concentrated. You knew where the ball was going. I kind of faded that a little bit. I might have some of that in the millionaire lineup. I think it's very extreme. But then the other one is the Rams and the Giants. I think there's some pieces there that all fall together. Probably if I'm going to stack that game, I'm going to stack the Rams side and then have one come back with the Giants side. But no other ones really stick out. But I would go a 3-1, maybe Stafford, Henderson, and one of the receivers, or maybe Stafford, Henderson, and Higbee. Or you just say screw Higbee and Henderson, and you're going to go Stafford, Kupp, and Woods. You can go that route, and then you come back with the Tony. You can come back with Shepard, or you can come back with that cheap running back Devontae Booker. So just a different way to go about it as well. Wentz, Ty, and Pittman could be a cheap stack if you want to go heavy for running back. I don't trust Ty right now. I mean, he came back. He's got to be pretty good, but I just haven't seen it. I get what you're saying though. I know he's got a good track record with or against this Houston Texans defense. Very, very risky. If you might want to throw that one in the Millie Maker and see how that one goes. I feel like Wentz is getting healthier and getting used to this offense, though. So I can see your upside there. Pittman is a beast. Has a bunch of target share. Let's see where he goes. So Wentz is 60. So if we go Wentz and you go Hilton. So Hilton ranks 71, which is pretty crazy. He projects for 15% ownership. That's mind-blowing to me. A guy that just came off IR has never played a snap of the snap. He's been an okay receiver these past couple years, and people are going to play him 15% of the time. That's insane. So then that's Tyreek Hill. Sorry, I went Hilton. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. 46. Jeez. I was like, what? I'm saying this wrong. Wentz, Hilton, Pittman. Yeah, then you could pay up for elite running backs. Yeah, heavy running. Yeah, and then you could go, Eckler, and then if you trust Dalvin Cook, you could go Cook. Where's Cook at? Then fill it out accordingly from there. Definitely 100% different here. Did that for a single entry with Cooks coming back. And then you got Cooks. I see your thought process for sure. Because I like Brandon Cooks a lot today. That's the only way you beat the Colts is through the air. So you could get a ton of targets today. Then you fill it out accordingly. Not a terrible lineup. Throw that in the million and see what it does. I just don't trust Wentz. Or you can go take Hilton out and maybe go Taylor. Because I don't think Taylor is going to be as heavily owned as a lot of people think with all the different running back values. So definitely the way to go if you want to just go a little bit different. If you're going to be different, heavy running backs, cheap receivers, because it's going to be flip-flop for a lot of cash game contests, and just in general, I think is going to be the main strategy a lot of people try to go after. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys rewatch this again, make sure you guys follow me at DotBets on Twitter. Also, check out all my YouTube videos on the YouTube channel. And then we got every single Sunday, 10:30 a.m., we're going to go over our free picks and props. And if you also want to go into Discord, join below. It's free. We talk 24/7 sports. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll get up and out of here.